Good morning, guys. Dakota back with another live stream. The date is May 6, 2021. And if this is your first time hopping on the call, before I say anything, be sure to hit the like button. Also subscribe if you want to keep up future content. The content that I'll be bringing every single weekday right now, I'll go ahead, hop on the chart 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and go through the charts that I'm paying attention to and any charts that you guys request before the call-ins. I'll be sure to go over it and we can talk about it, and also answer any questions. I post every single chart that we talk about in my Discord server. The link to that is in the description. Whew. All right, now let's get into it. All right, so taking a lot more time in the mornings to go through news and start to learn this, and like, wow, something that's great that just happened is that I think my alert's going off. Something great that just happened. News just came out for the pound. Looking for the pound to reach this level. It just reached this level, so I'm looking for a buying opportunity. And honestly, should happen. What is this? The 4 hour? That is wrong. There we go. Should happen while we're on this call, if it does happen, but we'll see. Thanks for helping me now. I know what I'm so happy, bro. Like, for real. Good. Which one did you find the most helpful? Rob Booker or Baby Pip? So I know in the future what to recommend sooner. Well, also I don't really know how you learn, but we'll see. I guess I'll take a poll, a mental poll. Okay, but let's go ahead and start with. Yeah, let's start with pound dollar. Might as well. Okay, so pound dollar. What I've been basically looking for a 4 hour setup since last week, since the last 2 weeks actually, and for this pattern to form, right? Basically for this pattern to come down to the bottom here and give me a buying opportunity. The opportunity is about a 13-to-1. Really want to take advantage of that setup. So a really nice setup. Alright, so I would prefer price to come down deeper, but I am willing to take this 1 hour opportunity because there is a setup here, okay? And I'm perfectly fine with taking that. Now, that opportunity is a 10-to-1 instead of 13-to-1. It's not that big of a difference. And both are just really good opportunities, so we're willing to take both of them. That's pretty much it on my analysis for that. I've been tracking that all throughout this week, so you have all the screenshots. But I will go ahead and do the full markup like we do all the time. But before we get into the full markup, let me tell you guys a bit about my strategy. If this is your first time hopping on, my strategy is pretty simple. It's not too complex. You're just paying attention to basic market structure. And what I initially do is top-down analysis starting on the monthly time frame. I work my way down to about the 4 hour time frame if I'm looking for a swing trading opportunity, and I go as low as the, let's say I go as low as the 30-minute time frame for day trading opportunities when I do day trade. But the two things I use to box in price are horizontal lines and trend lines, which I will show you guys in a second, or matter of fact, just show you right now. I identify highs and lows recently in the market that are close to current price, so I know basically areas where price has the potential to make a decision, right? Areas where price usually makes a decision at, and I know either buyers or sellers are gonna manhandle one another or something like that. All right, something like that. All right, there's just gonna be a fight for price. So After I identify those areas and I get the overall direction of the market, I go ahead and I look for a impulsive move. An impulsive move is just strong, aggressive candles moving in one direction. Okay, and what that is going to tell me is what direction the market wants to go. Right, so if I get an impulse going up, the market's telling me it wants to go up. And after I get that, I need confirmation that the market wants to go up. I need confirmation that the market wants to go in that direction. And that for me is a correction, which are small consolidating candles moving the opposite direction of the impulse. Okay. And then I identify an area to enter at, which I won't go too deep into detail with. And once I enter there, I look for a continuation. All right. Same thing upside down. Impulse going down tells me the market wants to go down. Correction confirms that the market wants to go down. And then I enter for a sell, and then I'll look for the market to go down. Okay, and I'll go down and see if I can find a quick example, because I haven't really been showing examples of it. I really just talk about it, or at least in the last few live streams, I really just talk about it and move on and get into the markup. Yeah, this is nice. This is decent. So here we have strong aggressive candles moving to the downside, telling us that the market wants to go down. Then we have small consolidating candles going the opposite direction, and we got that continuation. And then right after that, we have another one, a correction, continuation, correction, continuation, correction, continuation. All right. And it keeps going until there's a reversal pattern. This whole thing's an impulse. You consider this whole thing a correction, or can. And then you got your continuation. And this whole thing is a, yeah, let me not say that. I'm not going to say that today. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the sell side. Alright, but now let's get into the full markup of this. Starting on the monthly time frame, we bought price in there. Going down to the weekly time frame, we have an uptrend. Gonna draw it on the daily. Boom, boom. We got our 2 touches, and we can really get 3 touches if you want to do that. Now, if we look closely just at the daily, we can see that we had an impulse. We had this huge correction here, and we're looking for price to continue up. But as price has broken out of this, let's say pattern or trend line, whatever you want to call it, we have a new impulse, a new smaller impulse right there. We have a correction that's forming and looking for it to continue up further, ideally to this level and actually above. Actually, ideally up to this area up here. That's the ideal scenario. But definitely need price to come down a little bit more. I know we have some more news coming out at 7:15, and we just have a lot of news coming out that just now. So it could get some action, at least a push. Okay, so here we have this correction, and waiting for price to break out of it and continue up right now. Alright, this was my ideal entry area. Unfortunately, it happened Sunday night, so I wasn't able to enter because I don't get on the charts during that time. And price hasn't come back to that level, so I haven't had an opportunity to enter for this trade. And if price doesn't come down, I won't have an opportunity to enter for this trade. The next opportunity that I would have to wait for is a break, a correction, and then a continuation up. And I would wait for that on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, that's about it. There's nothing I can do right now. was about 26, right? Yeah. Okay, that's way tighter. Yeah, but it's good. What should I watch next? Can you tell me? I'll ask a question for that question after I get through my markups. So next pair, going over dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss, I took a test trade. Let me hide that. Okay, dollar Swiss broke to the downside, broke the trend line we were talking about yesterday, and gave us a correction, and actually really nice opportunity. And you saw, like, I took it on a different account, but here we have an impulse down. I'm waiting on the next correction and looking for it to sell off, and possibly back down to the bottom of this channel. Yeah, so let's do the quick markup on dollar Swiss. I'm already on it. Forex. There you go. Monthly. You said. Oh, don't do that. So just like the last one, just going to be boxing price in. Same thing each time, pretty simple. Impulse up, we have price moving impulsively down at the moment, but once we get down to the daily, we can see it's more of a corrective movement, and then we have this downtrend right here. Now we're gonna go ahead and extend the downtrend since price has pushed down from that and move it right to the top right there, and like this, like so, kind of. There we go. And we can see we had an impulse here, a correction here. I didn't like that corrective pattern. I would have liked to see it push up, but it didn't. And now that we have this impulse breaking to the downside, looking for another correction, looking for price to continue to push down. If we go down to the 1 hour, I see a downtrend that we can draw. That price may test right there, like that. So it would be nice if price tests that area. And you really have two levels in this situation. The prime area I'm paying attention to is right here, and you can shift it up a bit, about right there. But I'm going to be looking for an entry opportunity right at this area. Let me zoom in. My fault. I realize it's kind of small. So that's the prime area I'm looking for an entry at, and that's about it on dollar Swiss. I believe I already sent this out. Yeah, I definitely did. And I'll have more precise targets and everything as things develop. Nothing's developed yet. It's all theory at the moment. All right. Last but not least on my pair list, EURJPY. EURJPY I took actually yesterday. Sent that chart out and everything. Now what I'm looking for is an opportunity to scale into this position. Looking for this buy to push up about 7 to 1 up to this area of 133.156. I think it was a bit lower last time, but it's not too far off. It's a few pips off. Yeah, looking for this scale up. Now there is a possibility that price could come back down to the zone, and I am willing to re-enter and put really 2 more positions on for this trade. Price definitely has the potential to come down and scale down lower to this zone down here, and again, I'd be willing to take that opportunity as well. So we'll see what develops, we'll see what happens today and over the next few days. Let's do a full markup, and then I'll go ahead and look at the questions. Okay, starting monthly, boxing it in like usual. We have an uptrend on a lower time frame. Let's go down to the daily to draw it, and we can box price in a little bit more. So there's our uptrend. we have a range here. Reset the chart. And if we focus on how prices have been moving, we have an impulse up that previously happened, a correction, we have a new impulse, and now we have this correction that's playing out right now, and looking for an opportunity to enter for a buy. Okay, and if at any time that trend line breaks, looking for selling opportunities. But trend line's in no danger of breaking, at least at the moment. And at the same time, it's always in danger of breaking. But let's just keep going. So yeah, I can see this. I can definitely see this retracing deeper. Definitely. And getting to this other zone that I was talking about. Now if it does get there, another beautiful entry, and again, definitely willing to take it. I'll send it out to you guys when I take it. Again, like these are not, these aren't signals. Alright, I'm not a signal provider, I'm not any that type of stuff. I do these calls to basically have a recording of my analysis so I can go through and review it, and also if anyone needs help, I can share what I know with them and just develop, like have a record of myself developing as a trader. Alright, but that's the setup. Nothing much else. Okay, so now getting into questions. I was looking. Thank you for helping. Okay, from you. Nice. I was looking around in the buy and sell part when I saw a pit value. Buy and sell part, then I saw a pit value. I'm not sure what you mean by like then you saw a pit value. And then what should I watch next? Can you tell me? That's a loaded question, and because like I don't know what type of trader you are, I don't know your risk tolerance, I don't know what pairs you personally trade, and also you haven't really been trading too long. USDJPY. So because you haven't really been trading too long, you don't really have, you really just need to pick a few pairs, right, and study them. Say pick 3 to 5 pairs and just study, backtest them, and trade those exclusively until you got the hang of what's going on there, because you don't want to have your focus scattered on a ton of things. I look for a buy on your USDJPY. Oh, am I lying? Let me do a full markup. Let me not lie. At first glance, it looked like a buy to me. But doing a full markup on UJ because it's requested, I've already been through my charts. So yeah, we're getting into requested pairs now. Okay, working down to the daily. Daily, we had this uptrend, or have this uptrend. Actually, it looks like it's still valid. Yeah, it is. Cool. So we'll keep that there. Go down to the 4 hour. And ultimately, yeah, still looking for a buy. Okay, so we have this impulse here and we have a correction forming. Okay, there are short-term sales on the lower time frame. If you go down to the 1 hour time frame, you can see have an impulse here, have a correction here, and looking for this to sell off. Okay, how far though? Let's be a bit more precise with what we're drawing here. Go back to the 4 hour, reset that. That's pretty steep. That's what I'll be looking for. And again, let's talk about the lower time frame sells. Can wait for a short little pullback here and look for a sell if you're day trading. Shouldn't be hard. I prefer to come up this high, but gotta pay attention to each level. And then real quick, let's let me see if I can identify. Yeah, I like that zone. Okay, and send this out to the Discord server if you do want to review the charts. The link to my Discord server is in the description. Post every chart that we talk about on here. Alright, what is next? So any questions on UJ or all good? And were you like asking what pair should you like pay attention to right now, or what pair should you pay attention to and learn about? That was my question earlier that I forgot to ask. Alright, and next pair, I'm gonna be going over AUD Swiss, seeing what's happening on there, and also NAS 100. Those two pairs, I know NAS 100 was requested yesterday, and been keeping track of AUD Swiss. Actually took a position on that yesterday, so we'll see how that's doing. Man, my pen broke. To learn. Okay, yeah. Alright, so like I said, like pick 3 to 5, the less the better. I'd say 3 pairs to focus on, and understand like what market, what session you'll be trading in. Like focus on that. If you're trading New York sessions, stick with like USD pairs, or even like London session pairs, like the pound, euro, that type of stuff. And then one of the easiest ones that I'd say is dollar Swiss, USDCHF. And then a really good one, yeah, a really good one if you get really good. When you get really good at it, USDJPY. So that's a really good one too. And then let's go with euro. I say pound dollar. At least that's my personal preference. USDJPY, USD Swiss, or USDCHF, and GBPUSD is where I would put my focus on. Now I will say a lot of people don't like, as I switch over, a lot of people don't like dollar Swiss because it moves slow, but it's also a big benefit to that if you can figure it out. It's pretty, it makes some really nice moves, honestly, if you have the patience for it. But UJ and dollar and pound dollar should like appetize you if you're into like aggressive movement, at least most of the time. All right. Took this position yesterday, and for some reason this looks completely different. It's probably because I don't have my drawings on here. But looking for a buying opportunity, looking for the scale up. Oh my goodness, this is, I say it every single time. Go ahead, ask your question. I say it every time, but like this is like gorgeous. This is like a perfect setup. It's making me cry. But my fault. Why'd I switch? Well, there's nothing to talk about here. Right? So, possible things that could happen here. Honestly, I don't see it pushing up from the entry level right there. See it coming down again, and then possibly giving another entry opportunity, a better entry opportunity too. So if price does come down here, I'll enter down here. How many positions would that be that we've taken on this? I know we took 2, or at least track 2 on here, somewhere in this area. Why does this feel so different? It's over here. Got you. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'll get to the point. But imagining that that you didn't move your stop loss to break even in those situations, we're down 2R right now. Okay, the potential for this move, if it does play out, was about 20 to 1 to about a 40 to 1, depending on where you're putting your stop and where your entry is. So you may take, so far we have minus 2R, we have the potential to take minus 3R, but we still have the potential to the upside, like if this trade actually plays out, for a 20 to 40R, which will more than make up your loss on this trade, or on this pair. Okay. Oh, and then last but not least, NAS 100. Ooh. So from yesterday, what a beautiful trade. Okay, so yesterday I sent out the update on this. So my zone was like this, and I was kind of sloppy on the call, and I talked about like it's on the 15-minute. I talked about could have been more precise with this zone, and how you'd be more precise, just basically taking in that range here and saying if price gets in this area, that's where you take it. Okay, so if I wasn't being lazy, we're having a good day regardless, but we would be having a better day. Right? We'd be having a better day. But this was the setup, and we'll say we missed the trade, and price went down, so that selling pressure came in and pushed the market down. So I hope the dude that requested yesterday was able to critique his own chart and capitalize off this opportunity. It was a really good opportunity, and yeah, that's about it. So unless it's requested again, I won't go over it again, since the move has already played out. And let's move on to questions. If you still have any pairs that you want me to go over, be sure to type it in the live chat, so I can go over it before the call ends. But gonna be focused on questions right now. Let's go to, let's see, why trading in Forex is so hard. I mean, the money is so hard to earn, not like crypto. So it depends what type of like crypto you're talking about. because trading in all sense is difficult. But if you're like buying crypto and just holding it, there's no strategy in that. Like, people are just buying because other people are telling them to buy it, and a large majority of people don't even know the real value in it. So it's kind of like I was actually thinking about this the other day. What was it called in the like 90s, like the .com boom, or the internet, whatever, when like stocks were going crazy, they were doing really well because the internet got introduced to the public, and people just started investing in everything. That's how I imagine right now. That's how I imagine that was, right? What am I trying to say? That's how I imagine this crypto situation is equivalent to the .com boom. But like, I didn't exist during that time. So there's no strategy involved, and like, if you're trying to have long-term success in this, like, it takes more than just to say I'm gonna buy this and hold it. But yeah, I don't think I can actually honestly answer that question. Not honestly, but answer that question. I don't think I can answer that question because I don't know the answer. But I will say, like, definitely most of the time we stand in our way with what we're doing with trading. Just journalizing trading in general, not specifically Forex. Stand in our own way with trading because we think or at least my experience has been thinking that I know better than my strategy at certain times, because like it's different while you're in the moment and you see a situation, you see an opportunity, and then your testing says you shouldn't take it, but in that situation it just looks like you should take it, or you convince yourself of certain things and then you do it. So you basically end up self-deceiving or deceiving yourself and making the wrong decision, and you won't know that it's a wrong decision unless you have a mapped out plan that you're supposed to stick to. So definitely developing that plan, studying it, back testing it, and working out all the kinks and developing over time is going to help with at least your it's going to help with your consistency, period. Either you're going to be consistently losing, or you're going to be consistently break even, or consistently profitable. Consistent in some sense. Alexa, set a 5-hour and 25-minute timer.
5 hours and 25 minutes.
How long does it take you to trade using real money? So when I started trading, actually when I first found out about trading, I was stuck in a demo account because I was trying to just learn about like stuff you're learning about right now, like pips. That was the main thing. Like pips, lot sizes, and just studying that type of stuff. I didn't really know what I was doing for probably the first 3 months, and like the first 3 months I didn't really consider myself like learning how to trade. But when I got a course and started studying that diligently and saying I'm going to be successful at this, it took me like 2 weeks, and I just opened a demo, not a demo, but a live account, and put $20 in. And that $20 account, I placed one trade, I lost the trade, and I took my money back out. All right. What else? But yeah, ever since that, then I pretty much just kept doing the live account. I didn't really stick in demo too much. The only time I went into demo was probably like a year in, and I wanted to test out a strategy, and like at that point I actually had the discipline to take the demo account actually serious and basically not fuck around with it. So I think a lot of people have problems with that, but it's really all depends on you. What you're willing to risk. And if you know you're focusing on money, if you're focusing on, I want to get $1,000 a day right now, or I want to get $100 a day or whatever, I just want to make some profit, focus on the money. Like I don't recommend doing a live account. I recommend just studying. Just study as much as you can, backtest as much as you can, use a demo account as much as you can. Because if you're focused on the money, you're bound to fuck up and fuck yourself over. Sorry, I'm not sorry for cussing so much, but I do. Yeah, I'm not sorry. How long does it take you? Okay, same question. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and flip through the 25 charts I sent out earlier this week and see how they are doing. 25 charts are sent out weekly at the moment, okay? And basically give my analysis on 25 charts in order for me to practice, and if anyone wants to like have a second opinion on their own analysis, they can go ahead and look at those charts. Because I know it helped me out when I first started, giving me confidence to trust my own analysis because someone else was seeing the same thing as me, or at least someone else was seeing the same thing as me, and it gave me confidence to take the position that I was looking for. But eventually you want to wean yourself off of that because you don't want to be relying on someone else in order for you to make a decision. Okay, what is that? Okay, there we go. Alright, ultimately it didn't come down. And, well, we didn't get a correction. It just impulsively pushed up, so there was no opportunity there. AUDNZD, it broke above and gave a short-term buying opportunity and ended up reversing. I think, did I say it's going up high? Yeah, it didn't go up as high as I wanted it to. But ultimately, I still do want to see price continue to push up, so just look for the next buying opportunity. At least that's what I'll be doing. AUDCHF, waiting on that correction, nothing happening there. This looks like the trend line's wrong, is it? Nope, it's right. So wanted to see price push up from this point, price to continue to scale down and actually extended the correction here. So the correction is actually looking like this after I delete all this mess here. Delete the trend line so it's clear. Impulse, larger correction than I expected, and then we got to push up, and now we have a new impulse waiting for that next correction. I don't like that buying opportunity. I'll wait for the next setup there. Okay, we got a short-term sell on CAD-JPY. And I'm continuing to looking for that to scale down. Short-term sell came on EURJPY. We already talked about that. EURJPY. This is like a prime setup. I really love this setup here, and just gotta continue to wait for it. But it's an amazing setup. We got the pattern failure. Looking for this to continue down further and reach this entry opportunity. I think it's great. EURNZD looking for the buy. Sell setup came. Yeah, it's still in that range, so we still waiting on that. We got the sell on Euro AUD. It's great. I like to see this break the trend line this time, but just got to see how it reacts off of this. But it's still been rejecting this area, so really good sign. Euro CAD got the sell. GU, please come down and give me my entry. GJ buying opportunity, solid. Just go through and review this again. All these setups are in the Discord server. We had a failed setup here. I personally would have taken this entry. because the entry opportunity actually came, I went through, reviewed it. I don't remember if it was yesterday or Tuesday, but entry signal came here and it obviously failed, right? It continued pushing up. Here, looks like entry signal came here too. So this one would have failed, but then we had a sell interest area up here where I would have sold at. And that's played out so far. It's right over the trend line. I don't really like what's happening right now. Has potential to continue pushing up. What is next? GCAD is solid. You guys already know which ones I recommend or suggest, or never mind, that I would pay attention to if I was trading all these. Right? Saying the wrong words. Oh, dollar peso is amazing trade. It's like a major swing trade, but it's really good. Okay, I believe I had a trend line here, but it got deleted, and price has continued to fall. So we're looking for it to continue to fall. Okay, the initial buying opportunity down here on Bitcoin came, and looking for it to continue to push up. This buying opportunity didn't push off as aggressively as I would have liked it to. Broke down below the trend line. I would still be looking for a buying opportunity. Price hasn't broken this low here. They're way later than usual today. Price hasn't broken this low here, and looking for it to continue to scale up. I'm actually looking for it to break these highs around here, honestly. So when that happens, my fault. If that happens, Bitcoin's gonna be all around the news again, and I'm probably gonna hear it from. Probably gonna hear about it from somebody. Deroy. I'm probably gonna hear about it from Deroy. Okay, sell on NZD CAD played out perfectly. Alright, and it's broken back above the trend line and looking for it to continue to scale up. That's all the 25. It looks like no more questions, no more pair requests. So I appreciate everybody that hopped on. Appreciate you if you hit the like button. Also, hit the subscribe button and notification bell to keep up with future content. And I will catch you guys in the next one.